Hey, what's going on everyone? My name is Mikey Atala and today we're going to be talking about how I increased my typing speed from around 43 words per minute around 2 years ago or a year and a half ago to 80 words per minute now. Increasing your typing speed can help with a lot of things. For me at least, it helped a lot in school and in working in research. It helps me complete things a lot quicker. You end up being much more productive with the work that you're doing. Think of it, you're writing an essay or you're doing an assignment for school, and if you were able to write quicker, you could actually get your thoughts down much quicker. You think much quicker than you type, just like, you think much quicker than you read. Similarly, if you can type quicker, then you would actually end up being more productive, more efficient, and you can actually get more work done in your day. Now, there's a lot of tips that I'm going to be discussing in this video on how you can actually increase your typing speed and how I personally increase my typing speed. Now, I wanted to increase my typing speed because I wanted to do better on a Casper test. Casper is an ethical exam that you have to do to apply to medical school here in Canada and a lot of other professional schools, and it really mattered how quick you were able to type. Now, without any further ado, let's get started with all the tips. Now, the first tip I'm going to talk about is that you want to make sure that you use all your fingers. What I used to do is kind of just use 2 fingers to type, and this took a while because you would have to move all your fingers all around, and you end up only using 2 of them. So there's so much more friction involved into getting one word down. When you start using all fingers, you realize that you can actually get a lot of words down at once because you're incorporating all your fingers. And there's a simple trick to really using all your fingers. On your keyboard, you should be able to find these like ridges on the F and the J keys. This is where your index finger is supposed to go, and the rest of your fingers really go all around. So I'll tell you all the fingers what I use them for. So when I'm typing a regular word, you'll notice that I essentially use all my fingers, except the thumbs are rarely used and the pinkies. The thumbs, I use them when I am pressing the space bar, so it's one or the other. And the pinky, rarely used. I use the right one for the enter button and the left one for the caps lock, shift, control, tab button. The left thumb I actually never ever use, but every other finger I use. And that's something important that you take advantage of, or at least you start to get used to. It might be weird at the start, but the more you do it, the better you'll actually get at using all your fingers. And that brings me to my next point, and that there's actually websites that could help a lot with this. One website that helped me a lot was called KeyBR. Now this helped you really learn how to use all your fingers. This was the start of what I did to learn how to stop using 2 of my index fingers only and start to use all my fingers. And the good thing about this website is essentially it will allow you to unlock different letters once you've mastered the previous ones. So knowing that you only use your 2 fingers, you'll start off that way, and then it'll expand to your middle, your ring finger, then your pinky finger, and then you'll start to incorporate all of them. Some of the words don't even make sense, like ein, lion, ten, ian, ein, ret, teen. They don't even make sense, but again, the whole idea is that you're using the specific fingers and then you slowly expand into other fingers. And then once you get the hang of using all your fingers, that's when you would actually come to 10 fast fingers. So I'm going to do a quick typing test right now just to show you guys how quickly I type. I'll fast forward this part, don't worry. Not very good today. I guess I'm off my ball today. Another thing that it also is important to take note of, that the keyboard actually matters a lot on how quick you type. So this is the main keyboard that I'm using right now, the Logitech G915 TKL. But I found that other keyboards, like here's another keyboard called the Keychron K1. Sometimes with this keyboards, I actually get a lot quicker typing speed. It really just depends on the day, and sometimes I like to change it up. It really depends. The Apple one, sometimes I get a lot quicker typing speeds. I don't have it right now with me. My sister has it. This one sounds a bit different. It'll take me a bit of time to get used to. Keyboard. Yeah, see, like it's definitely taking me a while to get used to because the keyboard is same layout, but the key travel is also another thing. Then finally, I also have this keyboard. Now this keyboard is called the Iquinix. What is it called? Iquinix F96. This one has a bit more key travel. I'll show you guys what I mean by that. Home over, but so yeah, this one definitely has much less key travel. That's why I rarely use this one if I want to type quickly. As you can see, I got 69 versus 75 in my other one. So that's something to take note of. Now, another trick that you could use to actually increase your typing speed is by creating shortcuts. There's some keyboard shortcuts that you could use to make things much quicker. So let's say you're typing a quick word. My name is Mike. Oh, and you're like, oh, I spelled something wrong. rather than having to do 1, 2, 3, 4, what I prefer to do is actually Option backspace. And what that will do is actually delete the last word that you did. So, you know, when you're typing, let's say your name is Michael and I am cool. Oh, I spelled that wrong, so I can delete it and then cool. That way you make it end up being much quicker because by Option backspace, it deletes the last word. Now that's on Mac, don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure it's Control backspace on Windows. Now similarly, if you want to delete a whole line, you could actually do Command backspace. Command backspace will delete the whole line. I rarely use this because I rarely delete the whole line, but if you're ever in a scenario where you do want to delete the whole line, we have Command backspace for the whole line and Option backspace for a word on Mac, or on Windows for a word it is Control backspace, and on Windows to complete a whole line it's Home Shift plus backspace. And the final thing, or the two last things I want to talk about actually, is not using the mouse. Now sometimes you can actually create shortcuts on your whole computer without having to use your mouse. Now there's two softwares that I use to create shortcuts. One that I prefer is actually Alfred. I already created some preset shortcuts where if I do Option A, it'll open Anki, for example. If I do Option N, it'll open Safari. Option G will open Chrome. And then I actually have Chrome set up. And I can do that with so many different shortcuts and so many different things. Same thing with, you know, if I'm on, another shortcut that I have is if I'm on Safari and I do Hi My, for example. And I want to take my, I create a shortcut. If I do Command G, it'll do a new tab, copy my, paste my, and search my. Command G, new tab, paste, search, my was just done. And that way I didn't have to use a mouse at all, and it made things much quicker. And the other platform that I have to use is something called Spectacle. Now Spectacle is essentially a window resizer. And again, it's keyboard shortcuts. Watch what's going to happen to my Safari window. We're going to do the left side, middle, bottom, right, top left, bottom right, center, right, left, whatever. And I can even do, if it's in the, you know, right, and I want to make it larger, I do plus, I do minus. The good thing about this is that I could do things side by side much quicker, and I don't have to worry about, you know, moving it and making sure, you know, it's accurate and it's perfect. By using Spectacle, things are, you know, perfectly set up for you, and I don't have to worry about the hassle. Sometimes I do things where, you know, top right, bottom left, top right, bottom right. This way, I have 4 different windows and they are perfectly set up that I don't have to use my mouse. They're perfectly spaced together. And the final thing is you want to make sure when you are typing, you're not using your eyes. What do I mean by that? You're not looking down at your keyboard the whole time. By having to look down and up the whole time, this actually takes a lot of time and it actually decreases your typing speed. So what I recommend is, of course, try to figure out how you can type using KeyBR to stop using, you know, 1 or 2 fingers, 3 fingers, 4 fingers. Try to use all of them. And not only that, but get used to the habit of actually typing without looking. Hi, my name is Mikey and I am 20 years old and I am so cool. You see what I did? I did that without having to look down on my keyboard. That is super important. I think if you take all these tips together and use them, you could actually be a very quick typer, and that'll help you be more efficient and productive. As always, if you have any questions, leave them down below in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate you guys so much. Take care and take it easy.